Video number 2. We have a name for our video review channel list. It's not really a channel. We are going to be the 2OG, which is the 2 old gamers. Because we've been gaming and watching movies, but it started out as a gaming channel, so I might as well just leave it at that, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So, clearly I'm Frost. It's Frostplay. And, what are you, old man?
Long shot.
Oh, long shot, not old man. Okay. Jeez, totally forgot about that. All right. I'm sorry. I'm tired right now. But we just watched the trailer for Totally Killer. And we are going to do our review, which is usually probably the best review. So if you're going to watch any review on Totally Killer, this is the one to watch. Just saying. What are your first thoughts of the movie?
First thoughts is
Of the trailer, not the movie.
the trailer.
Going
I'm gonna watch it just for the sake of wanting to know how it unfolds.
I like the idea that it's going back to the 80s. I like Hot Tub Time Machine was fun.
Yeah.
As long as they don't take it overly serious. Clearly it's not. It's a goofy movie in a way, but not anything like Winnie the Pooh. This looks like a actual, like, a well put together movie. Is it going to be great? I don't know. Hopefully it's good. It says it's number 5 in the U.S. on Amazon. So,
Well,
it's an Amazon original.
All being said, they hyped up the Pooh Turd movie too. So
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Complete shit.
I've totally lost that time in my life, so I don't remember that movie. I'm blacking it out. The therapist said that was the best thing I could do, was just forget that trauma.
Not going to spend any more time in the shower curled up in a ball singing the Crying Game.
Yeah. What? So, we'll watch Totally Killer for you, and then we'll give you a rating. What he said. See you in like 30 seconds. Probably not even that. It's like, I'll see you right after the transition. Okay, bye. All right, we're back. Let me get comfortable.
All right, it is 2OG.
2OG.
Back for another review.
And this time it was Totally Killer, I believe is the name of it, right?
No,
it's Totally Killer. It's Totally Killer.
That is Killer.
Right up there. Totally Killer.
Totally Killer.
For some reason, we keep thinking it's Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
But I think isn't that the name of the band?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Exactly.
But the name of the movie is Totally Killer. So since it's only our second video, if it's a good movie that we recommend, it will be on a scale of 1 to 10 bags of popcorn. How many popcorn? How much you're going to eat bags of popcorn while watching this movie. And then if it's a bad movie, it's how many bars of soap you're going to need to get the filth off afterwards. So this one we're going to say is a good movie.
Yep, this is popcorn bound.
This is popcorn. We have a slight difference in our bags, but
yeah.
So I guess right off the bat, what are you gonna? How many bags?
I'm gonna say 5. Okay. And that is all because I have an issue with horror films feeding off of the whole dumb white girl horror flick thing. And, but that being said, the way this movie played it out, they actually fed off of that.
Yeah, that's. I think that was part of the
only
plot.
reason why I brought it to 5. Initially, it was 2. So,
yeah, I would say it's a 6.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's 6 to 7 bags of popcorn, depending on how hungry you were in the beginning of the movie. I think it's absolutely a 6 bags of popcorn, but I think it definitely could be 7.
This is available on Prime.
Yeah. it's a Prime exclusive, I think.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's Prime exclusive. I think it might have been out in the theaters. I don't really know.
Yeah.
We don't pay attention.
Right,
to that
right
stuff.
now, it is
Yeah, it's
on
on Prime, and
so.
it's definitely made by Amazon Prime. But so
Yeah, getting back to the movie,
Just
we are,
saying, they're
we are
sort of
going
famous.
to lay down some spoilers. So if you if you do want to watch the movie, which we are suggesting,
yes,
you can.
it's worth the watch.
Yes.
If you like horror movies for sure, or if you like '80s throwback stuff, like if you just
slasher movies.
pop culture kind
Yes.
of like, oh, I like the '80s.
That-
Like
this-
my daughter likes a lot of '80s things, and she's actually interested in watching this movie, but she does not like horror movies. But I wouldn't call this a horror movie. It's not like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre
No.
kind of movie. It's more on the Scream level, I would say. It's more entertaining and interesting in that sense. As if you just want to see a body count, it's not that.
Yeah, no. This is
not blood and
more
gore.
a,
Yeah.
a complex version of Murder She Wrote.
That's what he said. I didn't say that.
Yeah, I'm saying that because it's the way the storyline is based. It leaves you guessing as far as where you're going to go with who is doing what. Okay, so we're actually gonna get to the spoilers
I
now.
think we're to that point where we're gonna spill the beans.
Yeah,
So
we're
don't
gonna spill the
watch.
beans. So
Stop
yeah.
watching. Right now.
Stay tuned.
Right there. Stop.
It's right there.
Don't
All right.
go. Okay. You're in it now.
All right. Here we go.
All right.
Here go the spoilers.
I think you
Okay.
said you knew, right? I figured it
Yeah.
out before the end.
Yeah.
And then there's a little bit. Well, we're doing the spoilers, so it's fine. So then you find out that hint was accurate, but there's a little bit more, and then you find out that there was a second killer,
Yeah.
which is pretty much narrows it down to the two suspects you kind of thought it was to begin with. So
Yep.
when you find out it's the one, you're like, oh, okay, and then you're like, oh, it's him too. So.
But it's
This
the
is-
whole ditzy dumb girl thing that I don't particularly care for.
Yeah, but again, this isn't an '80s movie doing that. This is
Yes.
a 2020 movie or 2023 movie
Yes, it was the multicultural
showing how
and you
playing
will,
off of it,
You will
you know?
see it.
It's
You will
not
see it.
it's not a ditzy because the
No. The 80s.
yeah
The 80s were the ditzies,
right,
And then
which at the time was fun to
2023
watch.
was,
We just watched
yeah.
horror. It was entertaining, and it just got to the point where it's hard to watch a movie like that.
Yeah.
But then they take that and they do the throwback to it, and they do it really fun because it's not only a throwback to it, but now you got the girl from the future who's totally not that and completely understands how stupid that is and how dumb people are in those kind of movies.
I
And she's
actually-
like, what are you doing? And
Yeah, I actually was waiting for this is so not PC line. I really was. The way they played that out, especially the scene in the gym, she was like, what is going on here? I don't want to do this. And she's like, well, tough shit.
I apologize.
You're doing it.
For our, we don't quite have the format down. This is only our second video, so we kind of skipped it. We should have done as soon as we said spoilers, we should have went through the story breakdown. Yeah, because now we're just rambling about things that nobody knows about unless they've seen the movie. So, the story breakdown. It's in the 2023 or what is it? Is it September? October. So it's Halloween time, and the main character, Jamie, her mother was a Molly. Yeah,
in the 80s.
In the 80s, and her friend group.
Yeah, her
3
group
out
was
of the
considered
4
Molly's because
were
they all
killed.
dressed like Molly Ringwald.
Yeah, so 3 out of 4 of her friend group, her being number 4, were killed in '87. So the mother is like, completely crazy about this time of year and whatever, because the killer was never caught.
Yeah.
So, which it's brought up, it's explained to you, and everything like that, and it's even explained how they have like instilled it in her head. So she's like sent her to self-defense classes. She has a crystal for protection, and there was like another thing that, but anyway, so she's totally prepared, you know. But she wants to go out to a concert. Was that right? And the dad
Yes.
brings her to a concert. So the mother's home alone on Halloween, and there's also another person who's got a what is that? A website thing doing tours in the town about the murders. Right? He's a guy that's from the same time.
Yes, he was fascinated over the whole murder mystery thing, and they actually had a name for it. It was called the Sweet 16 Murders.
Yeah. So the father brings her and her friends to the to the concert or whatever, and in that time, a killer shows up and he re-shows up. At least that's what we think, and then he kills her. And then they come back and they find the mother dead.
Mine reclines, yours doesn't.
Oh, I haven't tried it. So they find her dead. So now she's, well, the mom's dead. This is horrible. And
Third
then
floor seating.
the what is he? The website guy shows up, talks to the daughter, and explains that the mother had gotten a note saying that she was going to be next someday.
You got the window seat.
And this is the weakest part of the movie, is Jamie has a friend who is working on a time machine.
What may call the stewardess?
In a photo booth.
Photo booth. Yes.
Yeah. She's like a 16-year-old kid that it's working off her mother's notes. Who the mother is somebody from the past that we run into, but the mother had a book and blah 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 blah, and somehow has created the 16-year-old daughter has created a time machine. It just seems a little bit goofy and weak. It's not like I don't believe in time travel, but like the DeLorean from Back to the Future, the whole setup of it, and you had to get to 65 miles an hour or whatever it was, 75 miles an hour, 85, yeah. It had a little more like science to it. It seemed a little more plausible in a fake way, but at least there was that to it. This is just like, hey, how do we get him back in time? We'll take a photo booth and we'll pretend that the girl is super smart and she's able to put transistors on it, and
it never works. Doesn't work.
And all it needs is a knife stuck in it, and whatever. So,
anyways,
it just seems a little weak for a story premise, or whatever you would call it. So she goes out by herself for some reason. I don't remember what it was at this point, and the killer comes after her, which they don't really explain why the killer came after her, except for maybe just to raise the body count. So he chases her into the friend's photo booth, wannabe time machine, and during the struggle, he stabs a knife into the time machine, and that was the one metal conductant.
They did explain that at the end.
Okay.
Why he went after her, because he was trying to intensify the whole lore behind the Sweet 16 murders.
But it didn't really make why didn't he just kill somebody else? Why is he after the daughter?
Because he just killed her mother.
Yeah. So wouldn't that be enough to...
It would have made more of a sense.
Anyway, so...
For him, anyways.
Stabs the time machine, it makes it work.
Right.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. And this is where the best part of the movie is just the silliness of, like, she goes to the high school and pretends to be a foreign exchange student, and she doesn't need paperwork. She's like, what? I don't need to prove it. And the teacher's like,
it definitely shows the gap in the generations as far as, post 9/11.
Or they're perceived, because I remember I had transferred in different schools and we had to have the paperwork, so it wasn't that you could just do that. Sorry.
Well, this was back in the 80s, man.
Yeah, like when I went to school back in the 80s. Yes, that was my point.
But the whole thing was that she didn't care.
Right.
She didn't
Except
care.
for
She
like
was like, yeah, whatever.
the
Here's a
9
schedule,
schools
we'll
that I
straighten
went
you
to,
out.
they all cared.
Yeah,
That's
well,
my point. That's all. It's not as laid back as they want you to think, but that's the premise of the movie, and it's fun and it is goofy. So
Yes.
I'm not saying, oh, that's awful. I'm just saying, yeah, it's not as, it's like with anything, you know.
Yeah, because I mean, they still play dodgeball in school now.
Yeah, yeah. So that's my point. It wasn't as easy as they want you to think, but that's the lure of the '80s is how
Yeah.
stupid it was
Well,
and how free everything
they
was.
covered the
Yeah,
bullying.
yeah, and all the coke that was available and all
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
and they were like, "Oh, the '80s are almost over, and
So-
I haven't tried coke yet."
So she pretends to be a foreign exchange student. She tries to confront her mom and the Mollies, her friends, and obviously that doesn't go over well. No, I think first she. Oh yeah.
And she realizes what a dick her mother is.
Yeah, yeah. She realizes her mom's not a nice person at that time.
Yeah.
So which I would love to go back and see my mom when she was a teenager, but anyways, I would just be weird.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see what kind of person my mom really was, because I feel like she couldn't be a bad person, but I don't think she has it in her. But so she
You
tries.
never know.
She confronts the Mollies and her mom, and it doesn't go well. So she decides to go to the cops and try to explain the time travel thing to them, which obviously never goes over well with anybody.
That was a
in the
nice
movie.
touch.
Yeah.
The not so much when she tried to go to the cops, but when the first murder happened, and she brought, or was it the second murder?
Second
when
murder.
she brought evidence into the police department with
Yeah, but here's the thing.
blood-soaked rag,
Here's the thing.
and she said, "Here, you can check the
Right,
DNA."
right. But
And
here's
it
the
was
thing: we're not
What?
there yet in the story. Bring it up when we're at the part in the story. Do you understand that?
No,
God.
but that was an interesting point. It was a very interesting point.
Now you're
It was
time jumping.
no,
Now you're
no,
time jumping.
no,
You're confusing
No, I am
people.
talking the difference between the 80s and 2020.
No, you're talking about the murder that you skipped right past the first murder, and you're talking about the second murder.
Damn right.
Jeez.
Okay,
so
because this is a review, not a
yeah,
detail
but
by
all
detail.
we're doing is the
from
breakdown
movie
right
from
now.
A to Z.
God, man, keep it real. No.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
So she goes to the police and explains that I'm a time traveler. Never goes over well, so it doesn't. So then she decides to speak to the mother of her friend who created the time travel thing.
Yeah,
So she goes and talks to
the mother daughter.
Yeah. So it's the mother of her best friend.
Follow the timeline now.
It's the mother of the
You gotta
best
explain
friend.
it that the mother is now the daughter, the younger version, which is a teenager, which
but
is
she's
the
not
same
the
age as
daughter.
her.
But she's not the daughter. She is still the mother.
But she's not the mother. She's the daughter of the mother of the daughter.
I don't know
at
what the
that
heck
time
you're talking
period.
about. I think
mother-
we're doing
the-
time
the-
travel,
the-
and you're
the
talking
mother
about
daughter-
something
the mother
that happens
daughter-
in the future, because
The
I don't know what
mother
you're talking
daughter of the mother of the grandmother of the daughter.
All right. So her best friend's mother, who is now a teenager in current timeline 1987, Jamie goes to her.
She's now
How is she now the daughter?
because she doesn't have a daughter.
But she's not a daughter.
But she is now the daughter of the mother that she's.
Is anybody else
the
following what
grandmother.
he's saying? How does
The
she become a
grandmother.
daughter? She's not the
Well,
daughter.
hey, Back
She's
to the
still
Future,
the mother.
baby.
She just hasn't had the child yet.
Exactly.
Okay, but that
so it's
doesn't
no
make
longer
her
the
the
daughter.
daughter.
She's not the daughter. She's the daughter, which is now the same age as her.
Watch the movie and then
Yeah.
see what he's talking about, because that doesn't make any sense to me. She can't become the daughter.
Follow the whole paradox.
You can't become the daughter of your daughter.
No. You're no. Follow me here. She is not the daughter of the daughter. She is now the daughter of the mother
That
other
we never
mother.
see in the movie, and they
that,
never
that
reference.
we never
So-
reference that.
And technically,
the
no,
other
she's
mother,
still the
but
mother.
She is
She's
now
still the mother
daughter
because
because
the
she is
daughter's egg
friends
is
with-
still inside her, so she's still the mother.
No, paradox. Got to follow the time
No.
loop there, buddy.
Okay.
Chiefy. She is.
I don't know what he's talking about, so-
16, because
Okay.
sweet 16s.
Yeah, she's 16.
Yes,
I get
16.
it, but she's still the mother of the best friend.
Yes,
Okay, so.
but the best friend is no longer the best friend because she's not.
But no, she still is the best friend because That's
in memory.
something that I like that they did do is that while the 1987 version's going on, they're showing the events changing in the future, which I'm assuming is 2023 because the movie's being 2023. So they're showing the events affecting the 2023, going back and kind of seeing the differences. So that I thought was kind of neat.
Yeah.
So then she gets to the mother of her best friend, and who was now a teenager. What?
They called it. It's a specific term.
I don't know. That's what it's called. I don't know effect.
They actually.
You stew on it, and I'll keep going with the story here. Okay. So
I don't want to stew because it'll drive me nuts. So
figure it out. Figure it out. So then she convinces the mother of her best friend, who is now a teenager, right? And that's pretty in a believable kind of way. She goes to her and explains something that nobody knew about. So she believes in time travel. So it's not something that she's like, oh, what is time travel? You know, she's already believing in time travel. So she goes to her, explains something, and she believes it. So she jumps aboard, and then from there, I'm trying to remember. Yeah. So she starts helping her out. She kind of sort of befriends, or no, not yet. Then there's a party. So they go to the party and they introduce some of the main characters.
Yes, they did. Oh, okay. It was the way they kept playing off the characters in the whole 80s concept was hilarious. Just for the fact that, like the one instance that the one character that kept meeting the girl at the door was like, "You're not allowed in here. You're dull," and wouldn't let her in the party.
Which happened to Long Shot many times.
Oh no, I was always the life of the party.
Well, anyways, so they go to the party. They try to get into this party that they are banned from because they're like geeks and not the popular group. So they do get in, and events occur. And one of the Mollies is killed, even though Jamie's trying to stop it. But it happens in a different way.
It's there's that whole paradox thing again. She had now changed the timeline because she was there.
Yeah.
And her not knowing who the murderer was at that time, not realizing that she had been telling that person essentially.
Which I feel
which was pretty ingenious on the writer's part. They
except for the murderer, because we're gonna get there, and I mean, you're already watching the spoilers. The murderer couldn't get into the party without her help. So how did he get into the party without her being there? Anyway, so the murder occurs just differently. So now she realizes, I've affected things. But because of this, the events that happen in the party, she sort of gets in with the Mollies a tiny bit. It gets her in with her mother, and the next murder that occurs, she's actually invited to the place, even though she tries to convince them not to go there, and their very 80s teenage stupid way still end up at the murder cabin.
Yeah.
And she, it's funny because
it
shows you the difference,
yeah,
and the intelligence of her and the stupidity of the 80s kids.
Yeah.
They move on to the second murder, and like I said, now she's sort of in with the group, and they do stupid things, and then there's a switch in the murders. The one is killed out of order, which shows how much it's affecting it. And then they're still showing the future, how it's sort of things are changing a little bit, and she's able to kind of communicate with the future by leaving things. You'll see that just kind of affect it, and they start to realize, she's leaving because her friend in the future realized that she had gone back in time. So she starts to realize that Jamie's leaving her clues. So then from there, you get down to the third final kill, that's supposed to happen, right, in the original timeline. So then Jamie has now gotten everybody sort of on board with her knowing about she tricks him. Oh, I'm a psychic or something like that. She doesn't give them the whole "I'm from the future" thing, which is probably the best. To me, it would make the most sense because most people aren't going to buy that. But if you say psychic, some people go, "Whoa!"
Yeah, because
everybody wants to believe that.
Yeah, 80s,
So
that was the big thing.
I feel that they did that well. That made sense. I think it was the most plausible way you could get somebody to believe you. Then from there, they sort of set up a trap, and it works mostly. They find out who the killer is, and yeah, the thing is solved. The two murderers, which originally it's one murderer, turns out to be two murderers because of the time traveling thing, which was kind of neat. You don't really see that often, but in the end, it closed it up. It explained everything, and it's not going to change you. It's not the most greatest movie ever. It's not super original yet. It has enough originality to it.
Yeah. No, that like we said at the beginning, it was definitely well scripted, and they played on a lot of things as far as like slasher movies go to keep you interested, and kind of comical.
Yeah, it has humor to it. It's entertaining. Again, this is our opinion.
Meets Murder, She Wrote.
Maybe, but there's no time travel in this too.
So no.
So you got to throw in time
it would
travel.
be Scream, Murder, She Wrote, Back to the Future.
Yeah,
kind of hodgepodge together.
Uh,
This would be something that we would actually script.
Yeah.
The only difference would be the time machine.
No, it would be completely flawless. That's the difference. This one had some flaws. We would make
Flawless
it flawless.
victory.
Flawless movie. But anyways, I would definitely recommend it. I think it is an entertaining. And let me do my disclaimer here. It's our opinion, which,
yes,
in our opinion, is a very good opinion. So, if you want to go by opinions, it's a good opinion.
Go by. Don't judge. Yes,
believe our opinion or don't believe our opinion. That's up to you. You'll
Yes.
see that I know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Just keep watching our movie reviews, and then by the time we get up to like 5, every movie I recommend, you're just gonna go, okay, I'm gonna stop it at spoilers. I'll go watch it. I'll come back and then, see what else his brain spews out. I will also throw in a disclaimer. I find myself highly entertaining, and I'm just gonna put that out there.
Babylon.
We definitely recommend it. Like I said, so it just has some good checks. If you're looking for a scary movie, it's not. This isn't it. If you're looking for a fun, entertaining, cheap thrill kind of movie, like it's just there.
Like we said, right? Kind of like a Murder, She Wrote, something that you can try to figure out.
Didn't say that. He said that.
I said that.
Okay.
But see, that's the thing. Is this one fed off of that? This one was that's how it kept you entertained, because you were trying to figure out who it was, what they were doing, were they talking to him at this time?
I'm going. It's sad.
Well, that's what happens when you wear adult diapers and
Okay.
Yeah, see, look at all the gray.
I wish it would come in gray, but anyways,
they do come in gray all over the place. Every time you get in an argument with your kids, it's like.
I guess we're running at like the
side.
40-minute mark here, so we might want to wrap this one up. We're definitely going to have to
long?
put some edits into this. We're at the 40-minute mark right now.
Oh yes,
movie review.
Mr. Ramble On over here.
Yeah, I do ramble on.
Yes, he
and
does.
So do you.
But
the difference is you're too old to remember you ramble
I
on.
tried to shut him down a couple of times, but hey, we did cover the movie, so we're gonna leave this at we do. What?
No, I'm just looking. I thought I had a square jawline in this. It turns out
I gotta get closer.
I got like a double neck. Yeah, like that.
I don't know. Mine looks pretty good. What do you think?
But
okay.
Again,
No, wait.
Watch it.
Yes, watch it.
Watch it.
Watch it.
On
If you don't want to watch
for
it,
a fun movie. Don't watch it because you want to be
Watch
scared.
it, don't watch it, but
Don't watch it because you want.
when you're flipping through, we all know this when you're on these apps and you're clicking through, you know, like 1 out of every 50 movies is a decent movie. All the rest of them are complete crap. Just throwing that out there. So here's one that you can add to the, yes, you can watch this movie and not turn it off 5 minutes after you
It's
get into it
entertainment.
because it's complete crap.
I would say you could watch this with your kids too. You know, not your young kids, but I mean like younger, teenage.
Teenage, yes,
They,
because
they make
it
reference
does-
to sexual things, whatever. There's no boobies.
Yes.
There's none of that kind of stuff.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so like I
Because
have
they pee
teenage.
out of that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, so it's like
You'll
if you're
get
looking
that
for a
movie
movie
lesson.
that you want to watch with your teenage kid and not be too graphic and horror,
Yes.
you know, this is
No nudity.
Yeah, you know,
There's
it's
no
light.
nudity in this.
It's light entertainment and stuff like that. So,
Light.
but it's worth watching. So I honestly believe I watch
Even this
thousands of movies, and a lot of them. I own so many movies that are bad, and I literally own them because of like one scene that I enjoyed in the movie. So I'll buy the movie, and I have gone and literally put on the movie to watch that one thing. Yeah.
You're right.
I ramble. I do because I'm entertaining. Remember, we covered this. I find myself entertaining, so I will ramble
He will keep rambling.
just to hear myself talk.
Here's
Because I'm good company.
here's how it works. All right, I'm gonna hit the off switch.
Are we still rolling?
Damn.